Hi everyone, in this video we will see how to set up a recurring subscription using Stripe payment gateway, and we will use React for frontend and Node.js for backend. So first I will quickly demo what we are going to do. So here I have React frontend, and if I click on subscribe now button, then it will take me to the payment page. And in last video we saw it for single payment, means one time payment. This time it's for recurring payment. Here it's showing it will be charged per month, means 200 rupees will be charged per month for this product. And I can enter the details and subscribe for this monthly payment. After that, on successful payment, I can go to my database, and I'm using MongoDB Atlas for storing the data. So on database, I can see that the email got added, which I used for subscription, and this is the end date, means on this date the subscription will expire, and Stripe will reattempt to charge the customer. Now let's see what is the workflow here, how it's working. So first we will recap how we did it in one-time payment, and then we will see how we are modifying same code for the recurring subscription. So in one-time payment, we saw that as soon as we click on the payment button, so we have two things. We have this React client and Node.js server. This is React client, this is Node.js server, and this is a Stripe API part. So as soon as from client we click on subscribe button, it goes to the Node.js servers, and in Node.js server it talks to Stripe API to create payment link, and then that payment link is returned to the client, and client is redirected to that checkout page where transaction happens, and depending on status of transaction, client is sent either to success or failure page, and same status is updated to our server by Stripe, and for that purpose Stripe uses Webhook. Means simply it means that we are exposing one route in our server, which Stripe can use to update the status of transaction, and depending on transaction status be update our database. So this is what we did it in one time payment, but now we are going to do for subscription. So for subscription, this is the logic which we are going to use. So earlier, as soon as request come to server to create the payment link, we just simply go ahead and create the link, but now we are going to add some if and buts. So first thing is that if request come to a server to create session, we will check if there is existing customer in Stripe database for that particular email, the email which got provided, and if yes, there is email, means that customer is already registered, and if customer is already registered, then we will check if customer is subscribed or not. If customer is subscribed also, then instead of creating the checkout page, we will send to the subscription management page or billing page, means like this one. I show you here. Right now we just completed the subscription. Now if I click on subscribe now button, instead of taking me to checkout page, it's taking me to the billing management page. Means here I can cancel the plan or renew the plan, and if it's find that there is no existing subscription, then it will just simply send me to the checkout page. And second scenario is that if there is no existing customer in the Stripe database, then we will create new customer and send to the checkout page. So this was the first scenario when which we saw at the start of demo. Now this is the case for the creation of checkout page. Similarly, we need to handle some cases in Webhook also. So in Webhook we will handle mainly two things. We will check if the payment which is succeeded, is it the first subscription, means subscription is created first time. Then if yes, then we will insert new record in the database. However, if subscription is recurring, means it's second or third month, it's payment for second or third month, then we will just update the existing record in the database, and that we will see at the end, and we will see how it reflects in our database also. So This is the workflow. Now let's quickly review the code, what we are doing in the code, then we will see how you can set up it locally. So in code we have client and server. In client we have three routes: home, success and cancel. These are nothing, just simple success and cancel text, and the main page is this home page. So in home page I have this div, and in this div I have this subscribe now button, and this subscribe now button is calling, on click of this button, this handle subscription function is called, and in handle subscription function I am calling my Stripe backend or Node.js server to create the checkout page, and from that response, if I get 409 response, it means that customer is already subscribed, and we send that customer to the billing page. And if we receive 200 and we receive the checkout page link, then we send the customer to checkout page. Now let's see what we have inside server. So inside server, these are the dependencies. We are using MongoDB Atlas as a database, and these are other libraries which we are using. And in routes we have two routes. One is Webhook, which will be used after payment, and this is the checkout. This is the route which will create the checkout page. So let's see what we have here. So here, if we see, I had hard coded this email, but I'm expecting that if you use it, then probably you will use it with Auth0 or Clark or AWS Cognito. And if customer is already authenticated, then from front end you can pass the email of user, and also similarly you can pass user ID of the user. Auth0 like provides user ID also, and then you can use it here. For now, for demo purpose, I had hard coded it, and let's change it to something else. So I will change it to this E123, and also I will restart the server so that when we see the demo we create new customer. And let's see what we have here. After that, once we have email, then we check that we call the Stripe API, and we see that if there is any existing customer for this email, and if yes, if there is some customer, means data.length is greater than 0, then we check if there is some subscription, some active subscription also for this customer. And if there is some active subscription, then we just send this 409 response and redirect the customer to the billing portal where they can manage their subscription. Else, if we found that customer is not existing in the Stripe database, then we create new customer here. So now we have two scenarios. One is customer is already existing and already subscribed, we are sending to the Stripe page. But if customer is existing and not subscribed, also if customer is not existing at all, means this case, in both scenarios we will send them to the checkout page, this one. And this stripe.checkout.sessions.create will create new checkout page. And if you see here, last time we used mode as payment, here we are using mode as subscription. And in line items we are passing the detail of our product. So line item is just list of objects, and each object is the product, and inside each object we can pass the price data of our product. So here I had hard coded the product description and quantity. You can take it from front end, and amount, you should take it from database and always multiply it by 100, whatever is its actual value. So I want 200 rupees, so for that I had multiplied by 100 and it became 20,000. And recurring interval I had kept 1 month, but it can be kept 1 year, 1 week or 1 day also. And in metadata I am passing user ID. So user ID you can pass here, and when you receive trigger from Webhook, this user ID can be used to access the database. But right now I'm using same user ID and email, so I can pass only email also, but I had passed here. And the customer ID, either we create new customer or we have already existing customer, that customer ID we pass here. And this will return one checkout link. and then checkout link we are sending to the client, and client will redirect to that page here, this part. And then regarding this part, regarding the 409 part, we already saw that this is the 409 part if subscription is already existing. So this is the first route, which is regarding the creation of checkout page. Now let's see the code for Webhook. So in Webhook, we are initializing for data client for the database, where we are specifying the database name and collection name. I had already created in my database these two things, and then we are checking if the request which came from Stripe, it's actually coming from Stripe, means someone else is not pinging our webhook. And for that, we are using this endpoint secret to verify. This endpoint secret we have stored in our environment file that we will see how to get it. And then we are checking two type of events. We are checking if payment success event, and we are also checking subscription update event. So inside payment succeed event, we are checking if it's first time subscription, means subscription is created, then we are inserting data in our database, and in data we are inserting user ID, subscription ID, and date on which subscription will end. However, it's if it's second time subscription, or means it's a recurring subscription, then we are, instead of inserting, we are updating our database, and in database we are updating new end date. And also, just to show you, I am adding this flag which will set to true, so that we can see that recurring payment is successful. So this was the first if, which was checking if payment is successful. And now this is the second part, which checks if subscription is updated. So we saw that if there is already subscription, we are redirecting to the billing portal page. There user if user takes some action like cancel a subscription or restart a subscription, then this part will be triggered. And here I had added just logs. If you want, you can go ahead and add your own logic to update the database. So this is the code mainly, which you can copy from GitHub. So you can go to this GitHub repo, and you can clone the repo or fork the repo, and after that you can check out the subscription branch, and then you need to update the environment variables to run it locally. So let's see where you need to update the values. So you need to update two environment files. First is this file, which is in client, and second is this one, which is inside the server. So in client, you need to update public Stripe key, and in server you need to update Stripe secret key, Webhook secret key, and MongoDB URI. So MongoDB URI details you can get from Mongo Atlas dashboard, and the Stripe keys for public and private Stripe key, you can go to Stripe dashboard, then developer section, and then API keys section. In API keys section, you can get publishable key and secret key. So this is for client environment file, this is for server environment file. And then regarding Webhook signing secret, we are running locally. So to trigger our Webhook, we will use Stripe CLI, and inside Stripe CLI, first you need to log into the Stripe CLI like this. Then you need to run this command, Stripe listen forward to localhost, and port number and the path, the Webhook path, which you need to provide here. And I am not running the login because it's already logged in, but if I run this listen command, then it will provide me the Webhook signing key. So you can copy this Webhook signing key and update in your environment file. After updating all environment files, you can just run an npm install for both client and server, and then start the React and web server. So now once your local setup is done, you can run it. For now I'm just showing the demo how it what will happen. So we had already seen, but still I will just show it once more, and also I will show for recurring subscription. So first, since I had already updated user email in database, so when I click on the subscribe now button, new user will be created, new customer will be created in Stripe account, and I will be redirected to the checkout page. So here my email is reflecting, and I can enter the data and then subscribe it. And it's monthly subscription because we had specified while creation of this checkout session. And now if I see inside the logs, in log I can see that this subscription is created, and here we can see that database is value is inserted inside database, and we can see that this is the first subscription payment for this user, and this is subscription create event. Now means it's not event, it's the billing type as subscription create here. Now I will go back to the same page, and this time if I click on subscribe now button, then instead of taking me to checkout page, it's taking me to this billing portal. And if I see here, then okay, so before that I will just demo how recurring subscription will work. So right now, since I had set it to 1 month, and after 1 month his tribe will try to charge the client, and if payment is successful or even if failed, it will try to update in our webhook. But since we can't wait for 1 month, so I will just try to simulate. For that I will go to customers, and the new customer which I had just created, this DC123, and in this customer I will go to update subscription, and in update subscription I will just reset the billing cycle. So it will be equivalent to recurring subscription, and it will trigger the part which is responsible for recurring subscription. So I will update subscription, and now if I come to code, and yeah, here we can see that this time document is updated, means database is updated instead of inserting the value. And this is recurring subscription, means customer is charged second time, and this time last time it was subscription create, now this time it's subscription update of operation. So we saw inside Webhook, we saw both scenarios for the first event type, which means payment succeed. Now let's see for second type, which is what happened is subscription is updated. So for that I will click on subscribe now, and it will take me to the billing portal. In billing portal we can do mainly two action regarding subscription. Either we can cancel the subscription or we can renew the subscription. So suppose if I click on cancel plan, then I will come here, and here I can see that subscription is cancelled. And if I renew the plan, then I can see that subscription is restarted. One more thing I forgot to show is that inside database, when we did the recurring transaction, means when we done the reset of the billing time, and in the logs when we got this part, recurring payment was successful. At this time we saw I told you that database got updated, but we forgot to see the database. So let's refresh it and see value here also. So first time we saw that only 3 values were here. Now this time when database got updated, here new flag got added, which is recurring successful test true, and end date also got updated, which will be the new date for 30 days after the time of payment. So this is how we can handle payments, recurring payment scenarios in our Webhook, and that's how we can add recurring subscription using Stripe. So if you have any doubts in the code, just let me know in the comments, and I will try to help you out. Thanks for watching.